nap. They've been napping all day today. Now you will always find them in what is called a flamboyance, which they use for safety. Safety in number, because flamingos look like bagpipes and stilts, so definitely need to look out for each other. People like to comment, our flamingo, are they healthy? Yes, they are. They look that way. And the reason why they're lighter color is because of where they live. They live in Africa. They live amongst the salt marshes and the salt plains. And that lighter coloration is going to help them blend into that environment. It also is going to help them keep cool. Now, a lot of people don't really think flamingos do very much, but when they're eating, they're shuffling their feet in the sediment, the mud, which is stirring up the mud, the organisms that they're going to eat. And that is also going to oxygenate the water. Now, up on the left-hand side, we've got a crash. Oh, we've got a crash. Oops. A crash is what you call a group of rhinos, or a herd of rhinos. And those are all female southern white rhinos. Now, the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, we are thankful that you visit us today. When you make a choice to visit one of the two front doors that makes up the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance, you are helping us create a world where all life thrives. Now, one of the ways that we are creating this world is through our conservation work. And we have 8 different conservation hubs located on 6 different continents, and these hubs allow us to focus on projects within specific regions. Now, coming up on the right is our first example of a conservation project, which is our rhino conservation. We've got 3 southern white rhinos hanging out together, very close to the tram path. And we've got one walking on our own. Now, this is where we're actively working towards conserving the most critically endangered rhino species, the northern white rhino. There's only 2 northern white rhinos left in the entire world. Both of them are female. But we are still racing against the clock, even though the species is already functionally extinct. Now, we believe a surrogacy program will be able to help these northern white rhinos. We are in process of learning how to create a northern white rhino embryo using the genetic material from 12 different northern white rhinos. We're going to take this embryo and artificially impregnate the female southern white rhino at the rescue center. And we are hoping that they will, and you want to learn a little bit more. But you can go to San Diego Zoo WildlifeAlliance.org and learn more about those 8 conservation hubs as well. Now, on the right, we have some of our California mule deer that live here naturally in the San Pasqual Valley, and they coexist here at the park. We have 800 acres of land set aside for the native species of plant life and wildlife. That is part of our Southwest Hub of conservation. Now, looking out to the left, you're looking into our South Savannah habitat. The savanna is what is known as a biodiversity hotspot. Now, a biodiversity hotspot is an ecosystem where multiple species of plants and animals are able to be sustained. But unfortunately, due to human encroachment like climate change and habitat destruction, our biodiversity hotspots are being pushed to extinction. Now, one of the ways is the fact that we have zoological facilities. Zoological facilities allow us to be able to conserve and take care of the building blocks that are helping keep the planet stable. Oh wow, take a look over on the right. You got Dazzle. Some of you may know Dazzle is what you call a herd of zebra. Now, these are the female Grevy zebra. Grevy zebra are the most affected by human encroachment, habitat destruction, human development. And there's less than 3,000 of them that are thriving in Kenya and Ethiopia. Now, zebras are a keystone species, or a species that if you were to push them into extinction, it would have a huge impact on the environment. Now, what do? They're eating grass. Now, they're not eating the entire blade of grass. They're only eating the top tough portion of the grass. And when they eat this portion of the grass, they then make the grass more edible for other animals, like the antelope. Now the antelope, they're a keystone species because they are a food source for the predators. Now continue on that right-hand side, we have our bird marsh. We've got white birds with black head and tail feathers. Those are the sacred ibis, and they get their names because they were a sacred species during the time of the Egyptians. We also have the yellow-billed storks, which are the white birds, stilted legs, long yellow bills.